friends, and welcome to my desk. So I recorded this video a couple months ago. I did a recording a couple months ago, and I have literally just been I've been procrastinating editing it. So here's my short disclaimer that I recorded this months and months ago, and then just sat there looking at it going, I don't feel like editing you today. And that happened every day for a long time. Also, I'm assuming that it's like the fan in the background or something, but the microphone on my iPad, which is usually what I use to record, decided that it can just hear all the background noises no matter what. So the latest recording is also done on my laptop, and I tried to put it in the same spot and it was kind of weird. So maybe I'll just record here, which is my normal desk space. Welcome to my office backdrop, my work backdrop. Yeah. With that, let's get started. Hello, welcome. My name is Zara, and I knit things, and this is just sort of a space where I share what I'm working on, what I've finished, things that I've bought in relation to knitting activities, and maybe other fiber-related things in the future. Welcome back to those of you who are continuing watchers. Welcome in general if you've never been here before. Quick disclaimer, I may curse. It comes out of my mouth. I have no control. There's no filter. It just happens. And with that, let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing. This is the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit, which is supposed to be knit in 2 strands of mohair. I did not follow that advice at all. This is knit in Drops Air, which is a blown yarn, and I probably have an extra ball of it in here somewhere. There it is. There we go. So that is Drops Air. Will you focus? There it is. You can see the sort of chain construction, and then it's got everything blown in there. This is a alpaca and wool mix. It's mostly alpaca. The sort of cage is all made out of polyamide, and then it's alpaca and wool blown inside to make it extra fluffy and soft. So this is not a strong yarn. It does not wear well. I wonder if it'll pick it up. Anyway, this is like, it is covered in pills, but I wear this so often, and I don't think I could de-pill this if I tried. Like, it's one of those things. I'm going to wear this until it's no longer wearable, and then I'll make another one in the exact same yarn. Like, I don't care. It's super light. It is comfortable. I made mine with Positive Ease. I didn't swatch. I just cast on and hoped for the best. Drops Air is actually considered a worsted weight, I believe, and 2 strands of mohair is more like a DK. So it is a thicker, it is a more dense fabric than you would get with 2 strands of mohair. However, because it's a blown yarn, it's still very light. I ran out of yarn and I made it bracelet length, which is why I have that extra ball, because I bought an extra ball just to while I was going, and then I decided I'm going to cast off, and oh look, you can see all of the pilling, all of it. This sweater is not this is just a comfy sweater. It's not like a for looking nice sweater, even though I still think it looks fine. So yeah, bracelet length, which means that I don't ever have to roll back my sleeves, which I almost always have them pulled up to my elbows. So this is perfect for me. Yeah, I'll put a picture of how it fits me properly somewhere. I also, I apologize if you watched the last episode. There was audio issues the entire time. I usually record these on my iPad, and the microphone that I was using seems to have crapped out and is picking up insane amount of background noise. And then I tried just using, I tried 6 different microphones. Couldn't figure it out. It was just stupid background noise. I either have to buy a new microphone to use there, or continue with this setup, which I'm on my computer, so we got the good shit. It's just more difficult to set everything up with this backdrop. Usually this is my work stuff. I just shifted everything around, so I'll decide if it's worth it to keep this fun space, because this is my craft wall, or my crafting storage area, and then the other side of my room is my professional desk space for office meetings that hides all of my junk. So I'll decide. For now, I moved everything around because I felt like I needed this space, but that's fine. Alright, so I did finish things. I did. They were not anything that I had been working on. These are not whips that you've previously seen. These are not things that I have been thinking about casting on. These are just things that I saw and then I cast on and then I finished. Oops. So the first thing that I cast on and finished, I think this one took me a couple days. Both of these were quick knits for me. I started knitting and then it was popcorn knitting and I just kept doing it. So I knit the Grove Shawl by Sarah Opie. It was released over the winter for Explore Knits Advent. So it is 4 skeins of DK weight yarn. This is actually knit in Explorer Knits. It's in the Rockies DK, which is, I've never used an 8-ply that is actually 2 plies plied back together. And the fabric it makes itself is very nice. It is a very nice fabric, but it was really weird to work with because those 4 2-plies were continually splitting apart. So it felt like I was actually knitting with 4 strands of lace held together, because the last twist that held all of them together was so loose. But again, that makes a very light and plump and squishable fabric. So Grove Shawl, it is again with Explorer Knits. This fade was put together for me by my friend Rachel, and then now it's this lovely shawl. I did run out of 2 colors. I ran out of the 2 colors in the middle, so Which ones? These two. Can barely tell. Basically, you can only see the the middle color fade. So I enjoy it. I think my gauge was a little bit bigger than her. I went down a needle size, and my gauge was still bigger, but I didn't want to swatch, and I figured it would be mostly okay. So I had like a couple grams left in the 4th and 1st colors, which is the tips in the middle, but I was totally out in the 2nd and 3rd colors, and I had to fudge things. When I ran out in this 3rd color, it's so close to the 1st color, or the 2nd color, it's so close to the 1st color that I didn't do anything. I was missing an extra stripe in the fade. And the other one, I ran out like halfway through the last color stripe, so I used some of the darkest color to finish the 2nd darkest color last stripe. So, I mean, I know that there's things that are wrong, but nobody else would know, unless they're like picking through it and going, oh my goodness, why is this color slightly different than this color? But I can also tell the start of the 3rd color is darker or lighter than the end. So like somehow the end of one of the skeins is like darker than the beginning. So it just ended up sitting differently. Overall, I really enjoyed knitting this pattern. It was a great, it's just like an oblong diamond thing. I'm not sure I love the like extra diamond bit. Like maybe if it was just flat at the top here, that would work out better. But I like the size of it. I like the depth. I like the very long wing tips. Yeah. And it's very squishable. And I just want to like smush my face in it all the time. So that's the first thing I finished. And the second thing was a 2-day knit because, you know, why not? And I made another little ripple bralette. I don't know if this color is going to show up at all. It's not. I'll put in a picture, hopefully more color accurate. So I made the ripple bralette by Jessie May. And it was inspired by all of the sort of lacy t-shirt tank top things that are coming out. And I know inevitably I'm going to make some. And I want like a little cute something something underneath. So I'm not just like boobs out to the world. I mean, I guess some people would appreciate that, but you know, trying to stay like PG. So this one is knit in Fantasy Fibre Co's. Ooh, that's kind of, I don't know. It lost it. Anyways, so Fantasy Fibre Co's Smut. It's a little bit Smut DK. No, not DK. Smut Fingering. Which is the tweed blend, and it is on Buckleberry Fairy. One thing to know about this, although it is a fingering weight, and I believe that it says that it's sock, there is no nylon in the base strand. So the base strand is all super wash merino, and then the neps are the acrylic bits in it. So it won't have the strength of a sock yarn, but it is really pretty. Knit up for other reasons. But yeah, this is not pudding. Sorry, it's not sock yarn. Yeah, it's my 2 little quick wins. Because I have my plethora of projects. So I guess I will show you things that I have shown before, and just sort of like my progress on them. So one thing that like I'm basically done, but I'm going back and tweaking it. So this is the Resource Raglan by Sarah Opie as well. I'm test knitting it for her. I made it into sort of a tunic situation. It's got the cute little cables on it. I put a little bit of shaping in for the hips, and then I made one side short sleeve, but with the length that it is on me, the short sleeve looks a little bit awkward, so I'm extending the sleeve until I feel like it's the right size, essentially. And then I do the other sleeve, and then because I have like 3 skeins of yarn left, I will decide if I want to lengthen the tunic into like a dress or something, or if I want to put like a little split in it, and then anyways. So this is one of those things, like I finish something and then I go, actually, you know, it'd be nice if I did this, or if I did this, and so I go back and I do it and I come back. So it's it's like the never-ending project because of all of the potential ideas I have surrounding it. But, you know, almost finished, right? What else? So, almost finished my sock. I mean, obviously, this has been touch and go for a while, but, you know, the sock is almost finished. Just gotta finish the ribbing, essentially. I'm like, I literally need to do, like, 2 more lines of ribbing, and then I cast off, and then I'm done this sock. Other things that I have been previously working on. So the As Friends tank, I'm making like slow progress. Probably doesn't look like I've done very much, but you know, it's more than nothing. It's been my travel project, so I go anywhere and I bring this with me and I could just work on it. New things that I cast on. So, the Grove shawl that I finished inspired me to cast on something slightly the same, slightly different. So I'm starting out very similarly. Like, this is heavily inspired. So it starts out with the same point, but I want it to be more like this shape, you know? Like sort of pointy on the edges, but then like massive increase, but like flat on the top. It's going to be like a manta ray situation. I'm calling it my rainbow manta shawl. So this is the start of it. This is Sport Weight by Emily C. Gillies, and this is actually her winter box collection for this winter. It's a 15 color fade, and I believe the way that she does it is she does half of the colors, like she picks out half the colors, and then she picks a color that is halfway between the 2 colors, so it is like a mathematical color fade, which delights me, because that's also how I do colors. I math my way into colors. It's how I function. I feel like it's like too dark on this side. I should probably turn my lights on. Oh, that's better. It's not just like dark on one side now. Whoops. It's not real lighting though. Alright, what else have I cast on? So, oh look, another cotton t-shirt situation. So this is another cotton tank top. This time, this is Cascades Ultra Pima. Budget friendly. I'm surprisingly delighted with this yarn. Like, it's working up very nicely. Smells nice. I'm just gonna go huff yarn over in a corner. So this is a tank top, and it is a test knit for Chantel of Knitatude. She's putting out just sort of a basic Oh no, this is a bit of fluff. She's just putting out a basic camisole with I-cord edging. Just our everyday tank top camisole situation. Knit in the round, bottom up. Then you make the booby cups. And you make the straps. Yeah. Test knit. Working on that. I think this is officially called a DK weight. It feels like a sport weight, but I'm working up at a DK gauge. And I am really enjoying the fabric, so might get more of the Cascades Ultra Pima because I'm enjoying it. We got Attack of the Barkers. Attack of the Barkle Schnuffs. Guess I'll go check what those Barkle Schnuffs are doing. The joys of having dogs. They just decide they're gonna have a bark attack and you gotta go check what it is, even if it's nothing. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Feel like this got fudged somehow. Anyways, so yes. Another thing that I just cast on because I have no self-control is gonna show the color, gonna focus. Yes, no, maybe. Anyways, it is just a little bit of ribbing. So this is going to be the sweater scarf, again by Chantel from Knitatude. These colors are not showing up at all. So this is Lorien by Moonlight by Fantasy Fibre Yarn Co. It is on her 8515 DK base. Yeah, it's a nice color. I'm going to make a sweater scarf. Literally just cast on because that's what I felt like doing, even though I have all these other things that I could be doing, but no, cast on something else. And the last thing that I have on the go, which I haven't actually started yet, but it's test knit, so I have to do it. I've got the swatch done. Woo. I apologize for all my weird zoomy situations. Again, this is on a different area. This is not the setup that I normally have, and hopefully I'll make it work for me. So yeah, I've got a swatch. I am test knitting another t-shirt because I need to have 12 t-shirts on the go at any given time. This yarn is in the colorway Poseidon on the Seaside fingering base. It is 100% merino, superwash merino. I think it's 4-ply, and it is from Paisley Knits. Yeah. I just call this the Ocean Daddy colorway. So I have fingering held double. Originally, I wanted to make this in the Lorien by Moonlight, but I had to scrap that idea because I couldn't hit gauge. So with this pattern, it's calling for 18 stitches by 24 rows. And on 4.5 millimeter needles, I was hitting 19 stitches by 26 rows. And if I went up to a 5 millimeter, I would not have made it to 18 stitches by 24. It wouldn't have happened. It probably would have been closer to like 16 or 17. So I just had to bail on that yarn, which is unfortunate because I think a t-shirt out of this color, if I can, whatever, because it's a dark teal, green, blue situation, and I think it's really lovely. So instead, I will have a variegated blue-green navy situation. Oh, there's a good spot for color. That's pretty accurate. How about you? Will you do it from here? Or are you too dark? Might be too dark. It's not too bad though. Anyway, so I cast that on, or I haven't cast on yet, but I swatched. I'm having a swatching moment. And then I'm keeping them. And my whole swatch wall gives away my color palette. I mean, like, most of... Actually, no. This has more than everything so the stuff I've been using, I've been making swatches. And then I've been hanging them up. And they're all in the same color family. Whoops. I like what I like. And even if I buy other colors, I still like what I like. Which is gray and dark blue and light blue and green. Yes. Yeah, I think that's everything that I've touched in the last little bit. I think that's everything. Yeah. It's everything I've been working on. So I went to a sheep farm recently. I went to a sheep farm to watch some sheep shearing. It was very exciting. And while I was there, obviously, I couldn't come home empty-handed. So this is not an actual fleece, but it is 2 pounds of roving, which again, this is only 2 pounds. A full fleece is like 8 pounds. This is 1/4 of a fleece, and it's been prepared, so like it's been brushed essentially. They've gotten most of the dirt out, but there's still lanolin in here. There's still obviously some vegetable matter. The dogs are having a field day today. They're just barking at everything. Barking at everything. Yeah, I got 2 pounds of yarn. Or it's not yarn. This is just wool. This is just 2 pounds of wool. I can't remember the exact type of sheep that they have, but it is a crossbreed of sheep at Topsy Farms. I think it's like got Cheviot and Romney and Shetland. I have no idea. I'll put it up, what the exact composition of the sheep are. But I'm excited. I'm excited for a bag of fluff. So that's all I got at the sheep farm. They do have pre-spun yarn there, but I didn't really like how high twist it was, so I will try spinning it myself and see if I like that any better. I mean, I probably will, let's be honest. So I didn't like the twist on it. They had really pretty colors though. They also sell wool blankets, and again, don't really feel like I would like to have one, but I don't really need one, so I didn't get any of those either. Just a large bag of wool. But I did make other stops because, I was out near Kingston, so obviously I've got to go to the yarn store in Kingston. My box of things. So I mean, and obviously I went to Kingston and got stuff that I could have gotten at other my other local yarn stores. So I picked up some spinning fiber from Lily and Pine. I'm loving that the colors are just not showing up ever. So it's a off-white pink with like little bits of peach and vibrant green, etc. This is merino comb top, 4 ounces. And I got some more Lily and Pine spinning fiber, also merino. I'm trying to decide, I might ply these two together. I think that would be kind of cool. Or I'll just keep them on their own. Who can say? But it is very soft merino. I wish that I had the micron count on here, but I would guess, I don't know. Anyways, so I got 2 braids of Lily and Pine. And then I also got a Lily and Pine sock set because I was having a moment. This is Daylily sock in the color Winter Wonderland. It has sort of lime green flecks in here. And I can't decide. It might be end up being a shawl or might end up being socks. I don't know. I never know what I'm going to do with things. I got all that from, oh my goodness, what is it called? I'll put up the name. Anyways, I got it from the local yarn store in Kingston. I also got more wool wash because who doesn't love wool wash in scents that keep away bugs? Little tip. So if you don't want to have like cedar blocks or store everything in in airtight bags, like your finished garments. I mean, same with the yarn, which you can have cedar blocks or whatever. If you get wool wash that is eucalyptus or lavender flavored, yes, taste the wool wash. Eucalyptus and lavender are natural bug deterrents. So if you wash your finished garments in wool wash that is scented with eucalyptus or lavender, or if you put like eucalyptus or lavender essential oils into the water, it will naturally deter bugs. Now you know. And then on my way home from the yarn store, because I'm driving 3 hours anyways, might as well stop from the yarn store, from the sheep adventure. I decided I might as well stop off at the Knitting Loft, which is another yarn store in Toronto. I'd never been into the location, so I was like a little bit blown away because I went in on a Sunday, which I then discovered are their sit and knits. So I was a little bit overwhelmed because it was a lot, and they have so much yarn. So I ended up getting some mohair. So this is actually their brand, the Knitting Loft. I guess the employees there dye it themselves. So this is mohair, standard 70% mohair, 30% silk, and it's in the color Linda Linda. I have no idea what I'm going to make, but it should be bright and exciting, because that's what this is. And then, because I can't help myself, anytime I walk into a yarn store that has Le Bien-Aimé in it, I have to buy a skein of sock yarn. Every time. So I'm just accumulating random skeins of Le Bien-Aimé Super Sock. Maybe one day I'll put them all in a project together. Anyway, so this is Le Bien-Aimé Merino Super Sock in the color Vespiopia. And I think that is all of the things that I have. Not gonna get into what I want to make because I've cast on too many things. man, I bought too many things. So we'll end it here. Thank you for joining me on this adventure of all the things that's going on. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below, let me know what you're working on, let me know what you'd like to see, if there's any topics you'd like me to my brain does not always communicate with my mouth so good. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to talk about. Like if I should deviate from my just talk about the random things that I'm working on, or do you want to see like the things that in a category that I'm thinking about making, or if there's some topic that I could do a deep dive on that you'd find interesting. Yeah, I have knowledge in my brain. Who would have thunk it? Not me. I don't know about this knowledge. It just sort of like appears sometime and I'm like, wow, I did know that. Cool. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.